So today,
we're
going to talk about the top 8 things that a home buyer should ask before writing an offer.
Yes. Actually, there's a lot more, but... I know. Hey,
so
I think...
you can see the kids.
Yes, I know. It's awesome. Hey, your sunglasses are still
Oh, sweet.
What?
Oh, America's sunglasses.
Nice.
Oh, they're kind of broken.
Oh, hey, we're live.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh, you already hit it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah. It's Andrew Armonger with the Emerald Group.
And Monica McLeod.
She's also with the Emerald Group. So today, we're going to talk about the top 8 things that a home buyer should ask before writing an offer.
Yes. Actually, there's a lot more, but
these are the main ones.
Pretty important, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of make or break. They're going to change a lot of things. So, Monica, what's our first one?
Well, for me, I think is there an HOA?
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know for multiple reasons. Are there going to be restrictions, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
what's the payment going to look like?
Yeah. What if I want to park an RV in my driveway?
That's true. You can't do
boat.
that. You can't always do that with all
we're on
HOAs.
the Emerald Coast. Gotta have a boat.
That's true. And another thing are how old are all the main components? It's a big thing. My analytical brain goes right there whenever I'm looking at homes. I want to know how old the roof is, the AC, heater unit, and water heater. Even though the water heater is a fairly inexpensive one, I know that's one that everybody always asks about, even though they're really cheap to, in comparison. It's still good to know that you're, possibly going to have to be replacing those sometime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think something else is how much is insurance going to cost?
Right. Yeah, because that's going to go into your overall monthly payment too, right? So a lot of people will get a certain pre-approval and they don't want to exceed that amount, and most of the time that's because of a monthly payment, so you want to keep that low. So on top of that same thing, you want to make sure your overall cost is low. So I think lowering getting your utilities, which your agent should be able to do for you very easily. It's a quick phone call. If for any reason your agent is lackluster, they're busy or whatever, it does happen. You can always call the the companies yourself and ask for an average over the last 12 months, and they will actually give that to you. So that's kind of cool.
Well, and to add to that, you probably want to know what your closing costs are going to be before you write the offer. I mean, if there's no cash that you can bring to the table, you can build that into your offer. Right.
And that happens a lot. We're very heavy VA, military veteran on this, on our team over here. So that's very common that people don't want to use up their capital that they have. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to know that there's going to be closing costs. When I purchased my home, my realtor didn't tell me about closing costs, so I found out on the closing table that there were going to be costs incurred. So you don't want to find that out. You want to find that out early in the process. And if there, like she said, if there is no money or you don't want to spend it, just ask the seller to pay for it. It's not that big of a deal.
I think one of the things that we get asked a lot too is it a good neighborhood? What do you do in that case?
That's my favorite one. Like, is it a good neighborhood, or what's the crime look like? And unfortunately, as realtors, we're not allowed to do that. That could be misconstrued as steering, or pushing you to a certain neighborhood based on crime or neighborhood statistics. But what we will tell you is there is a fantastic tool on Trulia.com. As much as I hate pushing these big websites, that's one of the best things that Trulia.com has on it is their neighborhood search. So you'll literally click the button, it'll pull up a map around the home, and it'll actually color coordinate it. Light blue for okay, darker blue, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, is more dangerous. And then you can actually zoom in and see, no kidding, what kind of crime happened in that area, because sometimes it's just a drunk driver that was pulled over in that neighborhood. So the neighborhood might be perfectly fine. There was just some drunk guy, that got caught there or pulled over there. So
I think crimereports.com is also another good website.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, it actually tells you exactly what the crime was as well, which is pretty awesome. But it doesn't cover all areas, so that's something to consider.
Okay. That's definitely a good one. And then what do the comps look like? Right? We don't want to overpay for a home. That's insane. So, your realtor should be pulling comps for you and showing you what similar properties sold so that you can be educated on your offer, because you don't want to offer too low and insult somebody and then lose your dream home. But at the same note, don't want to overpay. And in our market right now, that's a possibility that you could be overpaying, just because our market is extremely hot right now.
Yeah. I think one of the other important questions that you should ask is, what type of inspections are you going to need?
Right. And we don't always know that answer right off the top of our head, but if we're looking at a roof from 2002, then we'll know, like, hey, you might want to get a roof cert, or a roofer out here to kind of double check this roof. Even though a home inspector is going to look at it, they're not a certified roofer in most cases. Some have dual licenses, but they're not going to be a licensed roofer. They're not going to give you the same. So, and whether that's roofing, whether that's plumbing, whether you want to get Roto-Rooter out there to snake or not snake, what do they call it? The little camera that they put in the pipes, additional electrical. I mean, there's so many extra things you can tack on there. So having a good idea of what that's going to be, so that you know what that upfront cost is going to look like.
That, and if the home is over 30 years old, you're going to need a certain things like a 4-point or a wind mitigation.
Right. And the wind mitigation you're probably going to do on most homes anyway. But yeah, the 4-point is definitely good for anything that's 30 years or older, or, foreclosures and short sales and things like that. Or if you just want extra protection.
So what is there anything else that comes up, or what other kind of questions?
I don't know. There's so many questions that could be asked during this time. Just be very open with your realtors who're writing the offer, or about to write the offer, and make sure that everything's in line. We could go on for hours on this topic on so many different questions and nuances of a contract and things like that. But I think these are the main ones that'll really kind of get you started. And outside of that, just having them walk you through the contract as they go will be very good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us. If you guys have any questions at all, I'd love to hear it down here, right here in the comment section. I think I'm doing this right?
Yeah, I think so.
No matter where you guys are watching from, I'd love to be able to answer some questions. So let us know what you got, and I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.